Hello again, good to see you. Thanks for coming back. This week I want to return to the issue of the MSC Flaminia fire in 2012, which we spoke about in one of these videos a few weeks ago. If you remember that, you'll know that it was caused by 10 containers with divinyl benzene that were placed in the wrong position in the hold, and they polymerized en route to Europe from America, causing a major conflagration. I don't want to talk about the technical details of the fire so much today as the outcome of the court case, although that's subject to appeal, so this could change. But the court in New York decided that the liability was shared between the shipper and the tank container operator, as I would think of it. But under US legislation, the tank container operator, in fact, has a position akin to that of a freight forwarder, or an NVOCC as they have it, and is the shipper of record in terms of what goes on the container ship. Now, that seems, I think, to many, that seemed a bit strange, but that's the way it is there. And clearly, shippers and their tank container operators, especially when they're handling something like polymerizers, need to have a conversation about how the cargo is stabilised, how long the stabilisation will last. And indeed, for many others that might be carried in tank containers, they may need to have that technical conversation about pressure relief valves and so on. The question then comes, what happens if the shipper, or the cargo originator if you will like, contracts the transport through a 4PL? How does that conversation then get from one to the other? Anybody who knows about insurance and liability, certainly in the maritime field, will understand that the current position has been developed over centuries of merchant shipping and is well established, particularly in jurisdictions like London, where a lot of contracts point back to. But these are subject quite often to, in all sorts of cargo loss cases or ship loss cases, to ultimately to arbitration and an ad hoc decision on a case-by-case basis. Now, as far as I know, and I'm willing to be corrected, so if you know better than I do, please get in touch, that hasn't yet happened in the tank container sector. But as the sector gets bigger and bigger, and we're on the way to having, within a few years, probably a tank container fleet of 1 million units, the industry is going to have to address that. And I think at the moment, to start with, they need to be aware of these liability and responsibility issues. Even if I believe the IMDG code at the moment still places the responsibility on the tank container owner, which, as you know, in many cases will be a leasing company or a finance house. So that needs to be sorted out. I think there's a lot that needs to be sorted out about this. This is actually one topic that will be coming up at ITCO's members meeting in Amsterdam, which I think is the 30th of September and the 1st of August. ITCO have asked me to moderate a panel session, and that will be high on the agenda: responsibility, liability, and communication, and what prospect there is for digitalization or even blockchain to facilitate that communication down the supply chain. If you're an ITCO member, you really ought to be there, and I hope to see you in Amsterdam at the end of September. Meanwhile, that's it from me this week. See you next week. Bye for now.